Now let's shift our focus to the West African nation of Nigeria, where a tragedy unfolded as the country lost its former President Muhammadu Buhari. The 82-year-old Nigerian leader died while receiving treatment in London for an undisclosed illness. He has now been buried at his home in northwestern Katsina state. Draped in the green and white Nigerian flag, Buhari was laid to rest in his private family compound in Daura town, while a military band played a final send-off for him. Soldiers gave the deceased president a gun salute. Nigeria's national flag would fly at half-mast for 7 days to mourn his death. Thousands of mourners gathered at Buhari's house in Daura to bid adieu to the leader. Young men were seen climbing trees to catch a glimpse of the final rites.
The bereaved, the family at large, at least my condolence to them. So Buhari has played his own part. No one is a saint, you understand? We are missing Buhari now when the president isn't in place. So I can still tell you for the truth, we are still missing Buhari.
Buhari's remains were transported from London to his home state in Katsina in Nigeria and were received by President Bola Tinubu at the airport. Paying tribute to his predecessor, Tinubu called Buhari a patriot, a soldier, a statesman. Buhari's burial was attended by top leaders of the country and its neighbours. Nigerian President Tinubu, Africa's wealthiest billionaire, Aliko Dangote, the President of Guinea-Bissau, Umaro, Sissoco, Embaló, Niger's Prime Minister Lamine, Zeine, and Niger's former President of Niger, Mahamadou Issoufou, were also in attendance. Now, the Niger Prime Minister's presence followed efforts to restore ties with Nigeria. The relationship between the two countries frayed after a 2023 coup overthrew Niamey's civil leaders. Now, Buhari ruled Nigeria first as a military strongman in 1984 and 1985. His rule was largely seen as a fight against corruption and human rights abuses. He was then ousted and put under house arrest by a new junta for 3 years until 1988. In 2003, he relaunched himself in Nigerian politics, this time as a self-described converted Democrat. Buhari made history during the 2015 Nigerian elections. He became the first opposition candidate to defeat an incumbent leader. He defeated then-President Goodluck Jonathan and went on to stay in office for another term. Buhari was elected on a mandate for change, since Nigeria had been reeling under attacks from insurgent jihadists and armed criminal gangs. However, during his time in office, Buhari failed to put an end to the violence. Nigeria's economic woes also worsened during his tenure, marred by recession and attacks on oil fields, as poverty, corruption, and inequality remained prevalent. However, he managed to maintain a reputation for personal austerity, which is a rare trademark in the cash-soaked Nigerian politics. Buhari's critics see him as a leader who failed to bring the change he promised for Nigeria, while his supporters see him as a champion of order. The views about his tenure may vary for Nigerians, but his contribution in shaping Nigeria in one of the most turbulent times in the country that has seen remains undeniable.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karz mo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
$1 trilhão idioma.
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.